Mr. Chairman.
Put up Pariani.
Mr. Chair, tēnā no tātou. Mr. Chair, I stand to talk to Part 2 of the Social Housing Reform Flexible Purchasing Remedial Matters Bill. And can I say from the outset, and we all know, those of us in this House, that the obligation of any government is to protect the most vulnerable of our fellow citizens. Mr. Chair, I don't believe that this bill, this part, actually holds true in this case. And having said that, I say it with a certain weight on my heart when I consider the former leaders of that once respected party, and I refer to the Hollands, the Holyoakes, the Marshalls, the Muldoons, and I'm sure that all of them are turning in their graves to see this bill come before this House, promoted by the National-led government. Mr. Chair, this is, and particularly Clause 20, highlights and verifies what most of us on this side of the House believes, that this bill is not the beginning, it's already started. The dismantling of our public service, and in this particular case, the Housing Corporation, Housing New Zealand Corporation. Well, the member may say that it only refers to research, but what I'm saying is that this is the seed for further things to come. And reference was made by an earlier speaker that much of the work that has been done by constituent MPs is addressing accommodation and the housing needs of the people in those electorates. Can I say, Mr. Chair, that it's not only constituent MPs that are having to deal with that. List members like myself. And it shouldn't come as any surprise, because the constituent member in the particular electorate that I'm responsible for happens to be a member of the government, a national-led government. And so one needs to ask, who is going to undertake that research? Who is going to do the monitoring? And what skills and what experience will they have to ensure that the minister does in fact receive the quality advice that he or she certainly deserves and certainly will need to ensure that this government, we in this House, fulfill our obligation to meeting the housing needs of our fellow citizens. Mr. Chair, I've heard reference to this, this bill as being one of flexibility and innovation. I don't think that there's anything new or innovative by removing the responsibilities of research and monitoring to another agency. I think that the danger that we will see in all of this is the experience, that long-term experience that the present agency has will be lost. And I know that the Maori Party have been very supportive of this bill. And it behoves me to say that in giving their support to this bill, they are doing the people that they represent a disservice. And particularly in the regions where I come from, and I don't believe that the regions like Whangarei will certainly be better serviced by this proposal, and in particular Clause 20 of this bill, Mr. Chair. So I would ask that both the Maori Party and the national-led government may reconsider this. But the fact that they're pushing this bill through by way of urgency suggests to me that they've already made up their mind. They aren't going to listen to to any considered arguments?
Dr. Megunot.